Welcome to Taiji's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make Rei-Shabu or Cold Shabu Shabu Salad. So I've already made a video of Shabu Shabu. This is something you eat in the cold winter, but as you may know, Japan's really hot in the summer. And in that hot summer, you don't want to eat something that's warm. And so this is just a really perfect dish to make in hot summer. I'm making this with pork meat, but you can also make it with beef, or you can also slice your chicken this way as well. And this sauce is just so amazing. And this may be something that you never see in Japanese restaurant, so I thought it might be interesting to show in this channel. So I really hope you give this a try yourself in this hot summer for something new. Then, let's get started. Here are the ingredients for Rei-Shabu or cold pork shabu shabu salad. So the most important part of this, thinly sliced pork meat. I asked the local butcher to get a thin slice. I have here sliced pork belly, but whatever part of the pork is fine. Or also, of course, you can make this with thinly sliced beef if you can't eat pork. Then for the sauce, I have lemon, ginger, daikon radish, scallion or green onion, some lettuce, and also roasted sesame seeds. Then for the seasoning, I have sugar, soy sauce, and sesame oil. If you don't have sesame oil, you can make this also with olive oil. Then I like to make this a little bit spicy, so I'm gonna put some chili in this. But if you don't wanna make this spicy, you don't have to. Then let's get into it. So as the first thing, let's make the sauce. First, I'm gonna prepare the ginger. Just get the dry part off and then peel the skin. Then we're gonna grate this using a grater. So just like that. And then next, we're gonna squeeze the lemon. Then we're gonna put this in here. Usually 1 lemon gives about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. We're gonna put all that in. Then that's enough for that. There's the next thing, we're gonna cut up the scallion. So take the bottom off. And then we're gonna try to cut this as thin as possible. So these cut up scallion, I'm gonna put in the sauce right here. There's the next thing, I'm gonna prepare the daikon radish. Daikon is actually not in the season right now, so if you can't find this, you can of course make this without it, but this will also give a little more depth to the flavor. So I'm gonna use about a 1/5 or 1/6. And today I'm gonna use the top part because I'm gonna use it raw. With the daikon radish, the bottom part is usually a little bit bitter and the top part is a little bit sweeter. So we're gonna use the top today. And then today I'm gonna peel off the skin. Then use a grater, I'm gonna grate this. So just like that. And for this recipe, I'm gonna squeeze out the water. And then put this in here in the sauce. And then this juice, don't throw it away. This is also a very good juice. I'm gonna make later miso soup. I'm gonna put this in the miso soup. I'm also gonna cut up some daikon radish for the miso soup. Then I'm gonna cut in kind of like thin slices like this. Doesn't have to be that picky. Like that. And then I'm gonna lay it around like this, and then I'm gonna cut it, keep cutting like this. So just kind of like these pieces for the miso soup. So then let's finish up the sauce. So in this, I had 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, so I'm gonna put in the same amount of soy sauce, which is 2 tablespoons. Then here, 1 teaspoon of sugar. The sugar will make the flavor a little bit milder. Then here, I'm gonna put in a little bit of chili. If you don't want it spicy, then you can skip this as well. So as the last ingredients, I'm gonna put the roasted sesame seeds. So I can put it like this directly, but the flavor doesn't come out that much unless you break the seeds. So for that, I'm gonna use a mortar like this and then grate it. If you don't have a mortar, you can just press down on it. Or if you have a food processor, you can also grate it in a food processor. Just about a tablespoon. And then we're gonna grate it like this with using a mortar. So just like that, I'm gonna put this in here. Then I'm gonna mix this up. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I'm also gonna put in here the sesame oil, about 2 teaspoons or so. So just like that. It looks good and it smells good. So as the last thing, I'm also gonna cut this sliced pork meat because it's a bit too long and it's just much easier to handle it when it's smaller. So I'm just gonna cut this in half. So just like that. So then now let's cook the meat. I have this boiling water, but I actually don't want to cook it too much because if you cook it too much, the pork meat gets too dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat to medium. Then I'm going to put in here just about half of it, and then make sure they get filleted out in the water like this. And we don't want to cook it too much. So as soon as you don't see any pink part, then this is cooked. So I'm going to take it out on a plate. And then flare it out like this on the plate so it gets cool faster. And then we're going to turn the heat to high again and bring this to boil. So once this comes to a boil, I'm going to turn the heat to medium again. And here I'm going to put in the meat. And then take it apart. Like this, and then just gonna let it cook like this very slightly. After 30 seconds to a minute or so, this is enough. Then I'm gonna take it out and throw away this excess water. And then again, flare out a little bit so it gets cooled. So then this is actually finished for cooking this. I don't want to throw away this soup because this is a really great soup. And then here I'm also gonna put in this juice from the grated Daikon radish because this also contains a lot of nutrients and I don't want to throw that away. So I'm gonna put in here. And then I'm going to turn the heat to high and bring this to boil. And as we're waiting for the meat to be cooled, we're going to make miso soup out of this soup. So once it comes to a boil like this, I'm going to turn the heat off. Then we're going to put this through a colander so that we get rid of this bits and pieces and also this scum. So to do that, I have another pot and a colander like this and put a kitchen paper over it like this. Then we're going to let this through right here, just like when we make dashi. Then we're going to let it sit like this and let it sieve through. So through this method, you get a really clear broth like this. So now we're gonna make a small side dish of miso soup. Then here I'm gonna put in the cut up daikon radish. Then I'm gonna turn the heat to high and bring this to boil. So once this comes to a boil, I'm gonna turn the heat to medium and cook like this in medium heat for about 5 minutes or so. So 5 minutes has passed, surely this has been cooked. I'm gonna turn the heat off. And here I'm going to put in some miso paste. I have another video on detail how to make miso soup and also information about different kind of miso. So if you're interested in that, please check that out. So in here I have about 2 cups of broth. For that I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of miso paste. And then we're going to dissolve in here. So then with that, the miso soup is also finished. Then let's put the miso soup in here. And I'm also going to put in a little bit of dried wakame seaweed. And here I'm gonna put in this miso soup. And I'm also gonna put in some sliced scallion. Then that's finished for that. Okay, then let's put everything together. So we're gonna first put the lettuce on the bottom, just like this, and then meat on top of that. Then sauce or the dressing. Then this is all finished. Let's eat. Oh, this looks so great. Then let's eat. Itadakimasu. Okay, let's dig in. Itadakimasu. Oh, the sauce is just so amazing to go with the pork. Oh, so delicious. Oh, and this flavor is just so perfect to go with rice. And then it's also eat it with the lettuce. Itadakimasu. Oh, so totally delicious. Let's have the miso soup. Itadakimasu. Please excuse me for slurping. This combination of pork broth and the miso is just so really good. So I think pork has this a little bit of sweetness to it, and this just matches with this sour salty of the sauce and also this bitterness from the lettuce. It's just all together sort of perfect match. Oh, this is so totally delicious. ごちそうさまでした. Oh, that was so satisfying. So as you saw, making this Rei-Shabu is really not that difficult. In this hot summer, you may not have any appetite for anything hot, and so this is just a really perfect dish for that. And it's also a really good balanced meal. You have protein, you have vegetable. So I hope you give this a try to get through this summer. If you did enjoy this video, I'd love it if you hit the like button for me, or if you have any questions or requests or any feedback, please feel free to write anything in the comments below. And if you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe. Otherwise, I look forward to see you in the next video. Bye.